Welcome to the Wileyverse, everybody. Lick. With a special guest player, Bandolier.
She's always here somewhere.
On camera?
Yeah, we just don't usually see her.
Aww.
I'll just stay there.
Now stay the entire time.
You can sit there for 4 hours, right? Yeah, 5. Yeah, sorry. Forgot we switched it to that. I remember when we first invited Dayton back for like a guest thing, and I remember telling him, I'm like, hey, just so you know, we really like 4.5 to 5 hours now. And he goes, okay.
And there's a, Critical Role goes for 6 hours?
Yeah.
6 to 7?
Well, we used to, we used to play that 3 hours because that was the time that we had.
Yeah.
I got used to it, but once we switched to 4, and then slowly dragged that out into 5, I was like, how did we get anything done in 3 hours? How did we ever do that?
I don't know.
Hey, sure.
All right. Welcome to the Wileyverse, everybody, where we play Dungeons & Dragons in the 5th edition, specifically in the Forgotten Realms universe, world. And in this short-term campaign, the Golden Serpent, our players are in the jungles of Cholt, a dangerous and primal land, very remote off of the Sword Coast. Totally distracted. The dog's on the screen.
Very remote, southwest of Kalimshan.
Sort of, yeah.
It doesn't matter which direction I say it is, it's always sort of.
Oh my god. Hold on. My brother.
Anyway, I'm Mitch. I'm playing Cobble, a water genasi ranger swarm keeper, which has been really interesting. I'm surrounded by glowing aspects of Adeliotl that look like piranha, and then gnats,
And Mads?
and then bats.
I'm Galen. I play Olang Umgale. He is a rabbit druid. He's very effective.
Very effective. He is a Harengon druid of Circle of the Shepherd, not just a druid who only deals with rabbits.
Well, I guess that's true.
It's true. You had your cribbit, your cribbin, your rabbit gibbon, or whatever that.
Oh,
what did you call that thing?
Ribbon.
Ribbon. That's right.
Aw.
Bye.
Bye. Who did you need to introduce you?
Yeah, I mean, it comes close.
We'll keep it there in case she comes back.
Yeah, just need a little cheese.
Any guest appearance we want with just a little cheese. You gotta spread that cheddar if you want the guest appearances.
Or Colby Jack.
Or Colby Jack, you know.
There you go. Amazing.
Depends on the
Jack, a type of cheddar.
It's cheddar and Monterey Jack? Yeah, it's cheddar and Monterey Jack. Is Monterey Jack just a type of Jack?
I think that Monterey
No,
Jack
Monterey Jack is a Monterey Jack.
I think Jack is a type of cheddar, isn't it?
Also, we are the most boring D&D stream on Twitch because we will talk about all kinds of weird, distracting stuff while we're trying to stream. Is Monterey Jack a type of cheddar? I don't think it is.
Cheddar?
I don't think it is. I think it's its own classification, but it could be.
Cheddar cheese is a combination of cheddar cheese and Monterey Jack cheese.
What?
Cheddar Jack cheese can be made by marbling the curd from both cheeses in a mold, or by combining and packaging shredded forms of the two cheeses. So cheddar is actually Jack cheese.
I don't think that's true. Because it says cheddar Jack. You just said the word cheddar Jack.
Yeah, you said cheddar Jack is a mixture of cheddar Jack.
So first of
What's
all,
going on?
Jack cheeses are thought to be the first truly American cheeses.
Okay.
Wait, then what's
They're made
American
of cow's
cheese?
milk, slightly aged and semi-hard or semi-soft, depending on how you look at it. They were sold under the brand Jack's Cheeses.
Dandy, come here. You can make this more interesting.
Yeah, totally make this
Monterey
one.
Jack's, sometimes shortened to Jack's, California white semi-hard cheese made using cow's milk. It's noted for Jack cheese is a separate cheese from.
Yeah. Yeah.
There we go.
So
So then
it's its own
Jack?
Yes.
Colby Jack. Colby Jack is
Cheddar Jack is a mix of
Cheddar Jack.
and Monterey Jack. Sorry, I thought it just said cheddar is a mix of cheddar and Monterey Jack.
yeah, and Colby and Monterey Jack is Colby Jack. So there you go. Now that we've got that sorted out, let's continue. I am Wiley. I am the Dungeon Master.
Welcome to Cheese
I
Time.
play everybody else, which includes the NPC Metzli, a shifter barbarian of the Jaguar. He is a totem.
Well, no, he's a shifter, but he's a totem.
He's a shifter, barbarian. I can't, like, now that I have circle of the druid, like druids have circles, I can't remember. Oh, path. Path of the totem. Barbarians have paths.
We knew totem was.
Barbarians have paths, and druids have circles.
Gotcha.
So,
Rangers have subclass. Is that what you said?
Rangers just
Swarm Keeper.
yeah, they don't have a consistent naming. Like wizards generally have schools. School of Transmutation, School of whatever, but then they have like the other ones. Rangers just do their each own individual thing. All right. So both of our players have ended up, or characters have ended up in Chult for their own reasons. Olang has come here via the Feywild. He ended up on the Sword Coast, and he heard about the lands of Chult and how primal and untouched it was by civilization, and wanted to go see it himself. And he was immediately chased by raptors. And Cobble, you talked him down.
Negotiated.
Cobble came here to research his past, or his family's past, and why he has been touched by the water spirits and became a water genasi. He was a sage up in Silvery Moon and got the funding to go on an expedition and learn about this stuff. And when he got here, his little piranha spirits latched onto him, and now he's part of the land and the story itself.
Now we're obsessed with
Getting Bandy up here. Come on, Bandy. Up.
Also, I like that you made the distinction in the beginning between the players and the characters, so that everyone at home doesn't think that Galen and I are doing like zoom in from Chult right now.
Yeah, you're zooming in.
It's just the characters that are in Chult.
So, the story so far is that our players encountered a sunken ship where Yuan-Ti were trying to steal something from it, which they apprehended that Yuan-Ti dispatched and recovered the items themselves. These items belonged to a semi-famous explorer from Waterdeep. He had led an expedition to Chult and found this mysterious golden scale. Very large gold reptile scale. He had taken that home along with a bunch of other treasures that he found on his expedition, and while back in Waterdeep, started having prophetic dreams about some doom and gloom and end of the world kind of stuff. A big crown made out of jet, a black circle, the land being plunged into darkness, all this kind of stuff, and it started to drive him a little bit nutty. So he funded another expedition to come back and try to unravel this mystery. But his expedition was cursed, so to speak. His ship sank, which is where the items were found by the Yuan-Ti, and where they had encountered them. The group encountered them the first time. He is missing, and the Yuan-Ti are obviously interested in what they're doing, and the Yuan-Ti are notoriously evil serpent people that want to bring about the end of the world. There she is. There she is. And she's like, I'm done. And so, upon looking through the explorer's notes, they discovered where he first found the scale at these waterfalls that a oracle apparently resided in, and decided to go take a look, try to see if they can find anything out. Also, that night, while in possession of the scale, Cobble had a dream, much like the dreams described by the explorer. They made their way through the jungle, braved its dangers, fought some ghouls, and came to the falls, where they found a puzzle underneath the falls, and once they unlocked it, were able to enter the oracle's chamber underneath the waterfall, where they found some treasure. They found a large basin or bowl kind of structure that had all these silks hanging over it, and a second golden scale. And now they have decided to rest here and see if another stronger, more vivid dream occurs because of the possession of two of these scales. Anything else? Sounds pretty good.
Did you put a potion of healing in your equipment? You did? Okay. I think so. I think that was the only note that I needed to remind. We haven't had a rest yet, unless you want to give it to us before the storytelling.
You can go ahead and hit it.
Yeah, that's okay.
You're going to...
Well, I'm going to, yeah.
Yeah. You guys are going to get your full night's sleep. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, you're sick.
You wake up. But...
Well, I'm going to initiate a cuddle puddle.
Gross.
Metzley's fine with that.
I mean, I'm wet.
Yeah.
Alright. It's a literal cuddle puddle.
I should just start to do a channel that all it is, it's a just chatting channel that we just do a random topic. Cheese. We're just going to talk about cheese. We have no idea about cheese, so we're just going to talk and look up and research cheese for this entire episode.
I was going to say, we would have to do some research on our own before we got in here, but it feels like
that's the whole point. Like, where we come up with something, we talk about it and go, I have no idea. What does this mean?
There was a fascinating episode of Stuff You Should Know About Hot Dogs recently.
Well,
I didn't know that much about hot dogs until now.
There's enough nitrates in there that you don't have to worry about anything else. You're not going to get sick from it.
I mean, we should just play.
Yeah, don't tell it. Don't uncap the hot dog knowledge on Galen right now. The more you roll, off topic. Yeah. The more you roll. The D&D inspired random information Twitch stream. All right, so you are in this chamber. You have sealed it back up for the night. You are, I assume you're getting in the basin? Is that
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, okay. I was kind of offering myself.
Mm-hmm. So, like, Metzley will slide down there, and basically he'll stay awake for the first part. So he's just kind of, legs crossed, sitting in the basin with his weapon ready. And, you sleep.
I am. It's not about to you.
Enjoy.
It's nice and cool.
All right, I'm very cool.
All right.
God, that would be horrible.
Sleeping next to somebody who's constantly wet.
Being constantly wet. Like, I know I would be used to it because it doesn't bother you, but like if I leaned back right now and there was just wet here, and the corner of this was wet, and Bandy was damp because I've been petting her. And after about an hour, you would probably start to smell it. Like, when liquid just sits in a room and kind of pools there, like, I would start to smell like damp
Are
fabric.
You a reservoir for mosquitoes?
Right.
You're a mosquito hazard?
No, I would assume because it's kind of flowing that, it's not stagnant water, but I'm sure my house would be. Yeah.
It may not stick around once it's off you for very long.
What do you mean?
Like it
Like it evaporates.
like it
very
evaporates
thin.
faster.
Yeah.
So you're actually
It's
rubbing
more
alcohol to us.
it's more distilled, like kind of.
I like that. That's interesting. Or it comes off warm, so it kind of just goes away quicker.
But
That'd be
we're also
awesome.
in a very humid environment. You didn't think about that, did you?
I mean, that's probably why no one cares right now. Like, it's not coming up more. Because everything is kind of damp anyway, and so they're just assuming that I'm just kind of hot.
Now I gotta look at the rabbit's sweat.
They have ears, don't they? Well, I mean, mammals all sweat, don't they?
No, dogs don't sweat.
That's true. Well, then they
pant.
must disperse heat through their ears. I bet that's one of the main reasons that their ears are so big.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah.
The
I'm
more
sorry.
you roll,
So, during sleep.
there is.
Oh, they don't. They can neither sweat nor pant.
So how do they get rid of their heat?
Their ears.
They're great animal adaptations.
What? I knew that. I didn't guess.
You didn't say anything.
Corruption.
All right, so you're looking out over the lands of Cholt when this vicious scar of a mountain ripples up, breaking through the trees and pushing back all the animals, and you follow this scar down and pan out and up, and you see that the scar has another scar and another scar in rows across it as you back out from a man's face who has been ritualistically scarred all over it, and he wears a mantle of black feathers that are splayed out like a cobra's hood. Around him swirl men with weapons, cutting down and leaving trails and puddles of blood from innocents all around him, and as he stands in the middle, untouched but apart and central to the violence going on. Snakes slither through the blood between the corpses as they hit the ground. You see that he looks up and he is looking at the Oracle's Veil. You go up the waterfall and look down the river, and you see in the distance a spot that is pure black on the horizon. And then you see this man with his entourage, his warriors of death behind him, and they have something between them. They're in two lines with a very, very long thing, like a sack, that they're all holding between them that seems to struggle and writhe against them. You fly forward to that area of black, and you see pitch on the ground, and it swings around, and a stone outcropping comes up where the man again stands, presiding over, and a ring around this black pool of his minions, and it seems like they're holding something down in the black pool. And then they reach down all up to their shoulders in the black, which seems to coat their skin and welcome them, and they lift up the crown of jet out of this pool of pitch. You see them then carrying this into the ziggurat that you were in before in your dream. The man standing in the middle of the crown of jet before you awaken.
I say should have put in a part where then you feel like one of the followers starts snuggling up against you.
Like, oh.
And you wake up.
One of the ancient priests begins to kick you lightly right here. It doesn't hurt, but it is annoying. Alright. So, just so I'm clear, Did this seem to happen sequentially after the previous dream, or is this just seem like I can't tell exactly when or how this happened, because we went into the ziggurat in my last dream, and now these guys went into the ziggurat again. I'm assuming that they're just, everything's kind of happening there, something's happening.
In your last dream, the crown of Jet was already in the ziggurat. This seems to be, and it has to do with the Oracle Falls, and you kind of almost see what you think happened to the people of the Oracle Falls. This man, this scarred man, had his minions slaughter everyone and took something from here, and then took it to this wherever that place is, the spot of pure black, and submerged it in the pitch, raising up the crown of Jet. So it seems to be that two things, one or the other is true, that the two scales do make them more coherent, and or that being in this location gave you a more specific dream about this location and what could have happened here.
So I'll skinny that to these fellows and ask, because Metzler gave me a little bit of info about the imagery from the last one, so maybe if you notice there's anything specific about this one. Maybe location of that pitch, maybe a tar pit or something like that he's familiar with. Or a black pool from this.
I am going to butcher this, and I apologize for anyone that actually speaks Neodal. But he says it's Tilila Kaksame.
Can you spell it?
Tilili. Sorry. Tilili.
Li. Oh, Tilili.
A.
Kax.
Imeh. Imeh.
Tililia Kahime.
Tililia Kahime.
If they use the XH
right.
from Spanish languages.
It is the Black Pools, is simply what it is. No one goes there. It's a cursed spot on the land. The Belarians, the Baldarians, basically from Fort Bellaria, try to exploit it because it would be a easy, resource to go grab.
Those are the who's, sorry?
The people from Baldur's Gate, Fort Bellarian, they have tried to go send expeditions there multiple times because just having tar, could do a lot. It could help you build.
Neandrian or
No, that's Port.
Okay, this is Bellarian.
This is Bellarian. This is where you guys were staying.
Bellarian. Mm-hmm. This is Fort Bellarian. The Baldarians are the ones trying to exploit it, right?
They were trying, and then they stopped because it's like the place is just cursed. Like nothing that really goes in there comes back the same.
Sounds peachy.
But your dreams seem to be true. It is like if we go up these falls and then follow the river upstream, we will find ourselves at the Black Pools.
As wary as this dream and your explanations make me feel, an experience is one that can't be turned down. You say visitors are changed by their proximity to the pools. Is that right?
No, most of them just die or never come back. Those that survive talk about monsters in the pools or any number of other things that make their home or fester there that attack them.
Do you know any of these survivors? Have you met any?
No. No. My people don't go there.
Gotcha.
We know not to go there.
Do you know how it got so accursed?
Well, there are a couple stories, but one of them is that there is a great Devourer Serpent, and when one of the I can't remember their names. Pagans? I'll look it up later. He says one of the priests, like one of the champions of Ubtoa. Ubtoa. One of the champions of Ubtoa tracked him down the river.
How do you say it?
Ubtoa.
You don't want to say Tilly Kahime again?
No. One of the champions of Ubtoa, I keep saying wanting to say Ubtao, but it's not. It's Ubtoa. One of the champions of Ubtoa tracked him down the river, like chased this Devourer Serpent down the river, and apparently spilled its blood there, and that's where it coiled, and ultimately the final blow was struck against it, and it said that the blood of this creature poisoned the land and attacks anyone that enters that area, and that it's just cursed now.
Fascinating.
So it's a serpent that attacks.
He called it a Devourer Serpent. He's like, there's actually, like, it had legs. It was a very, like, when it's depicted, it looks like many different animals, but it's not to be confused with the Night Serpent, which is going to devour the sun and destroy the whole world. This is just an evil aspect of the Night Serpent.
And that's why I put that little question mark there, because that makes sense too. Because I mean, that's the Adeliotl is the same way as well. Like these Ryback aren't really its actual form. They just start taking something familiar to myself, something that makes sense. So calling it a serpent would be what Metzley sees. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to present itself to us that way. And all skinny that it sounds like we're going that way, and then we should be ready for anything. I say, Metzley, how do you feel about traveling to Tililia Kahime, Tililia Kahime? Although your people have long since turned their back on the place, knowledge may be gained from visiting. We might be able to find. I know it pops into Christopher Walken too easy. I have to make it more Rob.
More Rob?
I feel like when I'm doing the pure Laszlo that it sounds like one of Rob's voices that he does. Anyway, how does Metzley feel about going there?
Well, I didn't necessarily want to come here either, but we discovered that this place is not what it seems, and that this whole land may be in trouble from something that happened here. And if it takes me there, and we survive it, then I will have more ink for my skin.
Well, we do want to see that beautiful work finished.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Mm-hmm. Breakfast?
Perhaps you should hop out and find us some potatoes.
I don't think they're native here.
Taro? Was that like a jungle potato?
Taro root.
Mm-hmm. Tuber.
Metzley pulls out some...
Is a potato a tuber?
A tuber or a root. I think we actually looked this up before.
We did, yeah.
And I don't remember.
I think it was actually the first time we did this, because I think this came up before. Like, can we get potatoes in the jungle?
So...
Real potatoes are native to South America, I believe.
Well, that kind of makes sense that they could be here then.
But more mountainous, not like Amazon.
Yeah, potato is definitely a tuber. So that would mean that a taro would be like a jungle potato. It's purple.
Yeah, you can eat your rations.
I can't see colors. Yeah, let's have a ration. We should probably get rid of 2 of those, actually. Because we had a night where we had to overnight the demon night. Did we take those rations off?
I think so.
Yeah, yesterday you did.
Annoying background noise. High-pitched fan. I think it's this.
No, I can hear high pitched.
It's this down here. It's my computer.
Oh.
You can hear it, huh?
It's some compressed air. Blow out.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I can hear that.
It's like a very soft train. So.
Yeah. Problem is, like, it's going because the graphics card is running.
You got compressed air?
I
Maybe
don't
blow it
think
out.
I do.
Can you change the filters a little bit on the microphone.
Yeah, hold on.
Of course, now I'm going to hear it.
No, I forgot.
Did that change anything?
How does that sound, Ruby? Oh, so the question was, did we spend a ration?
You did.
We did.
Yes,
Okay,
we've
so
been
we did.
pretty good
I thought
about
we did do that.
taking
Okay,
that
cool.
off.
So, yes, because I'm starting to get a little. I don't want to say pressed for still there. He says. I don't want to say that I'm pressed for time, but like this would be the most information that Cobble's got.
How is this changing it? So I'm sliding a scaler here to change the input, and I'm wondering if it's making it better or worse.
Also, this is very lightly kind of high pitchy too.
Yeah, I wonder if is it.
No, I definitely hear the fan.
Yeah, but is it that?
This is what I think he's talking about, because this was distracting me earlier. Like, I would be shocked if that fan was coming over this. Druby, is it these birds?
He's off taking a piss or something.
It's just there's a delay.
He's like, I cannot stand this stream. He's like, I'm just doing this as a favor for Dave. I hate when they ask me questions.
Yeah, hold on, let me just turn off the music.
Here, maybe I can hear it here.
Is it gone now? No, it's still there.
I can hear. No, because it was the music I could hear for sure, and it sounds like the music.
He's saying no.
Yeah, so it's definitely not that. Oh well. So anyway, what I was saying was, I don't think, like, yeah, then it probably is the computer. Let's all be quiet and watch the little microphone bounce. And it's picking up that much background noise. Sensitive.
Man, I do not know which way.
It's like a wah or like a wee.
Oh, this suppression level. I don't know which way means, to get rid of it.
I think the higher it is, the more suppressed it is.
How about now?
You're talking to a guy who uses an iPhone for a computer, so.
iPhone is a computer.
Yeah. This is my computer. Still there. Sad face.
Alright, how about now? Nothing's coming through anymore. That's worse. Okay. What about this way?
No, we're gonna keep talking like this. I'm gonna play this back up. I mean, you can do it too. Yeah, just talk like this, so it sounds like it's all garbled like with the microphone.
What?
How about that?
Sorry, one more time.
I know, right? Better, but still there.
He's got. That was last. I made one more adjustment.
Let's see.
Hold on.
That is the fan, right?
I don't.
I almost want to say it sounds like.
I'm hearing something
Crickets.
else.
I hear a high pitched.
Yeah, and that's not this.
Yeah, it is.
It's definitely coming from there.
Is it?
fine, Drewby. We'd rather know about it so we can fix it.
Huh.
Sounds like crickets too.
Right.
All right, Beanie.
That thing has two modes. Just barely closed and then
Locked.
completely. Like, yeah.
Look, I don't even have the cheese.
Oh. Well. Yeah, I muted the sound.
I don't hear this cricket sound you guys are talking
It's because you have tinnitus.
I have tinnitus, and I thought it was just me.
Yeah. No, I hear it. Though I didn't notice it until Drewby said something. Come on.
Hmm.
One of the kids in my tea teacher's class has these sensory earphones. They're like noise canceling headphones that don't have any music or anything attached, and they just take out background noises.
All the way.
Is that any better?
All the way.
Is it gone, or is it just better?
All the way. Come on. There you go. Shake.
She's like, fuck you, the trick was getting up here. I have to also shake.
Huh. Let's see it coming through that thing. Okay. That's annoying.
Nope.
I don't suppose that did anything good. And I'm assuming that doesn't do anything either. How about that?
All right. Move down.
Huh.
Have you tried unplugging it and plugging it back in?
My next thing is like I have to restart the computer to see if it'll get rid of it. But
Yeah,
that
kinda
cuts
say
the
that.
stream, and
I mean, we've already stopped.
yeah, I don't like having to stitch the video together. We'll be right back.